Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. My name's Omar. I'm a product specialist at ClubRunner. I'm joined by my lead product specialist, Zach. Awesome. We're going to cover ClubRunner District and Club Essentials using ClubRunner for both your district and your club version. Let's go ahead and pull up our first topic slide. So first things first, we're going to log into your district ClubRunner website as a member and go over some basic stuff like how to update your profile using the My ClubRunner tab and dashboard to access your district's documents and view information for your district, as well as where to go to download the ClubRunner mobile app. Before we log in, I'll show you where you guys can find your club's website and how to recover your login information. Next, we're going to cover using your district website as a club officer. So first, you'd need to be set as one of your club executives, and then once you're set as an executive, you're given additional access on your district's ClubRunner to manage your club information. Okay, and then once we're done with the district version demo, we're going to cover content for if your club has a club version ClubRunner. So I'm going to pull up the next slide here. So it mentions club officer on club version. So we're going to log into the club's ClubRunner website, upload some documents, send some emails, and then I have an overview of a few different new features, specifically our membership success module, how to create a new cloud event. I wouldn't be able to cover the whole process of creating the event, but I do have some demonstration events and membership success form on the website to show you. Time willing, I'll also cover the website live designer on how to update your club's ClubRunner homepage if you guys have club version ClubRunner. Okay, so bear with me here while I just pull up our demonstration account. Okay, and you guys should see our demo district. In the top, I've just got the URL there, district.clubrunner.co, and in the logo, we've got ClubRunner Rotary District. So before I log in, a lot of new club executives wonder, how do I find my club's website from the district? So first things first, you'd pull up your district's website, and I do have your district's URL, I'll show you in just a bit. And then on your district's homepage, we'll scroll down to find club directory and contacts. District 7030 includes it in the menu, and I'll show you guys exactly where you can access that. So I'm just going to click Club Directory. On this list page, you'll see all of the clubs in your district. If your club has a website entered in the club's information, you'll see this little home icon on the left. If your club is ClubRunner, using the club version of ClubRunner, this house icon will be orange. I know our demo account is a little funny. This Rotary Club of Kipling account is on ClubRunner. I'm going to go ahead and click this little home icon. And here is the club website I'll use for our club version demo. I'm not going to log in just yet. I just want to show you guys how you can find and get to your club website. So just pull up your club directory page on the district. And speaking of, I pulled up your district's website up in the top blue bar here. Your district's website address is rotarydistrict7030.org. I know we have a few members from 7020 who are joining us today. I didn't pull up their website, but most ClubRunner websites can be Googled, and I did Google District 7030 to find your club. And in the contact menu drop down here, I clicked Clubs in District. And this is your same club directory page where you can find your club listing. And again, if that house icon is orange, you can click that and it'll open the club's ClubRunner website. So you can find your club's ClubRunner website if you guys have a website entered. Okay, so let's go ahead and log in to our demo district account. To do that, I'm just going to click this member login link from the top right, and then I'm going to plug in my user's information here. Before I log in, what happens if, say, you don't know your password or you try to log in and it says, hey, there's an error with your username or password? In that case, you can click any of these three links: forgot username, forgot password, or new user. And then on the right here, we're going to just click one of them. Any will work. And on this recovery form, you would choose the club that you're with. So I can go and select Rotary Club of Kipling here. And then you don't need to enter your last name, but it'll help the system find your record if you enter it, and email address. And we do require the email address is entered. Once you've entered your email address, you'll click this blue submit button. You'll see a green notice at the top here to say a profile has been found and an email has been sent to your address. From there, you'd open up your email client. You should see the email within 2 to 5 minutes here, and click the reset your password button in the email. It'll pull up a new page with your username at the top, and then 2 fields to set your new password, similar to most password recovery tools. Okay, so that's how you'd recover your information. I already know my demonstration user's information, so I'm just going to go ahead and click login. Okay, and I'm kicked back to the member area because I had a page open, but if I tried to log in from the home page, it would take me directly into the member area, and I've pulled that up right here. So Charles is set with member access, and I can tell because it says members at the top here. And if you were an administrator, you'd have many more items on this initial page to click. If I try to click around from the top menu, the access also hides items for me. But what can a member do in your district's ClubRunner? Well, in this member dashboard, they can click this Edit My Profile button to update their profile information, including their name, email address, and work address information. If your club has turned on the Rotary International integration, the updates entered in the member profiles will integrate to Rotary International. So when you update your profile or a club executive updates your profile, fields updated in your profile send to Rotary International automatically. You can also view your commitments, meaning any events you've signed up to from your district, as well as any committees you've been added to. If you have if you've been sent emails, I should specify, from the district, you can click My Email History to view all of the emails that have been sent to you. Your club's information, you can click and view that information. You wouldn't be able to edit that as a member. You can search for other members, and you can download the district's documents. You can also do a lot of this from this dashboard, but also from the top blue bar For Members tab. So I'm going to click For Members, and there's Edit My Profile, Change My Password, Committees, and Email History. So similar links to the ones we have on the dashboard. As a club executive logging into your district, you would be able to use For Members. You'd also be using this For Clubs tab to manage your club information. Since I'm a member, I'm only able to view the club's executives and view the club's information. But once I'm entered as an executive, all of this will turn on. Before I move on to logging in as an executive, you can download the ClubRunner mobile app from this admin page. If we just scroll down just a little bit, you'll see this ClubRunner mobile app where we can click get it on the Google Play or Apple App Store. You can also just open your Google Play or Apple App Store app on your Android or iPhone device and just search for ClubRunner, all one word, and you should see an app with a similar light blue ClubRunner logo. And if you download that, you can log in with the same credentials as your district for the mobile app. And using the mobile app, you can search for other members on your district. You can pull up other clubs' membership lists, add them as contacts, view and sign up to the district's events, as well as donate to your district if they have an integrated online payment account, and set up the donations module, and much more. So definitely check out the ClubRunner mobile app. And if you have any login issues, try to use that recovery form. But push come to shove, you can always reach out for help. And I'll just quickly show you at the start of our webinar here, but I'll show the knowledge base later. In the member area for club or district, you can click this help item in the top blue bar. And just below, you can click support center or submit a ticket to reach out to us for help. So I'm just going to click submit a ticket, and it'll pull up our knowledge base, clubrunnersupport.com. I see it's taken a little bit to load here. I can just circumvent that. I'm going to go straight to it, clubrunnersupport.com. And in the top right, if you click submit new ticket, it'll open up this contact form where you can fill out your name, club information, the subject, the message. You can also let us know your account name to help specify and help us find your club. Okay, so that's how your members can use your district's ClubRunner. They don't have to pay anything for our club version ClubRunner. You can just log into your district's ClubRunner. You can download the district's documents. You can sign up to the district's events. You can also download and log into the ClubRunner mobile app to do a lot of that from the app as well. And we've recently updated our mobile app to also be able to edit your profile. So you don't have to log into the district's member area to edit your profile. If you just download the ClubRunner mobile app and open your profile, you can enter updates right there on your mobile device. Okay, let's go ahead and explore using your district as a club executive. So right now, Charles isn't a club executive. I'm only able to open up the club executives list. So I've clicked define club executives. I can't edit the position or delete anything. I can't make any changes. In order to get access to the For Clubs tab, you literally only need to be listed as an executive for your club. I definitely know the president, secretary, treasurer, membership chair positions grant that executive access. Your district can also set additional positions that grant executive access, but right out of the box, president, secretary, treasurer, membership chair, and a few others grant additional access, including executive secretary. So I'll need to get my user entered as an executive so I can make further updates. To do that, I'm gonna log into a club version ClubRunner with my same user, but he has access levels, a different way to manage access in the club version. So I'll be able to edit this same list in the club version. And once I've entered my user as, I'm going to use the secretary, we'll come back to the district version and you'll see this For Clubs tab lights up. So bear with me here. I'm just going to log out. So Charles is just a member at this time. You can't make much changes on his district because he's not listed as an executive. I'm going to log into Charles's club version ClubRunner. You may not have a club version ClubRunner to enter yourself as an executive. In that case, you can reach out to your district administrators or area governors to add your executive position, and then you'll have additional access on the district once they've entered you. Or if they reach out to our team, support@clubrunner.ca, confirming, hey, this person should be our president or this person should be the secretary of this club, we'll get you guys entered with your district's confirmation. And then next, when you log in, you'll have that access. But let me use this workaround with Charles in the club version to enter himself as a club executive. So bear with me here. I'm not going to go super in depth about how I'm using the club version. We'll come back to the club version. I'm just logging in with my site administrator access for Charles, and we're going to enter this executive position and test the district version. Bear with me here. I do see it is loading. Okay, this is unexpected. Normally, after clicking login, the member login page should load within 30 seconds. I know late January, we did experience a service disruption. We are actively investigating and publishing an update for tomorrow, but this is definitely unexpected. Let me try just refreshing and going back to the home page and logging in again. So I'm going to click Rotary Club of Kipling. We're back on the home page, and it looks like it logged me in. There was just some delay there. I'm going to click member area to enter the club version ClubRunner. And again, we're entering our executive position to test access on the district version. So I've clicked member area. It is loading for me. Bear with me here. This is definitely unexpected. I'm just going to message my team to check on the systems. Okay, I'm going to try just refreshing one more time and going into the member area. So I've refreshed. Let's click member area. Fingers crossed we get in there. It was just loading for us in the district version, so I'm not certain what's the hiccup here. Definitely unexpected, and I can only apologize. So bear with me here while I get to the bottom of this. I'm going to just try logging out one more time. And refreshing, and we'll get logged in again to get me entered as an executive. So we have executive access on the districts. There we go. Pardon me for that hiccup, guys. So I'm logged into our club version, and Charles is set as a site administrator in our club version ClubRunner, not the district, and we'll cover club version access. But I just want to get Charles entered as an executive. So using club version, I'm going to click organization in the top blue bar, then organization, then executives and directors. And I'm going to get Charles entered as a secretary here. So your district administrators can do this. They can enter your executives, or our team can update your executives with confirmation from your district. So I'm just going to replace our secretary with Charles here. I clicked edit. It's pulled up this edit position dialog where I'll see the position and member holding it. Okay, and here we are. I'm just going to change Enrica to my user, Charles Hampton, and save the update. Okay, and that's all we're going to do in the club version for now. I just want to get Charles entered as an executive so I can show you district version access as an executive for your club. So I see it is saving, and there we are. Charles is entered as the secretary. We're done. You can forget this whole club portion. Really, you logged into the district as a member. You can view and update your club information. And now what happens when you log into your district after you're set as a club executive? So I've pulled back up our district demo. I'm going to click member login in the top right and go and enter my login information again here. Okay. I see it is loading. It should load much faster than last time, but I imagine we're just experiencing a bit of a hiccup. There we go. Much faster than last time there. So in the member area, it does say members again, but if I scroll down a little more, as an executive, I get these two club management dashlets where I can view my club information, open up the active member list. We have multiple places to navigate to club information or your active members list. So you see that club information twice, define club executives, and more. On the right side are our RI integration tools. Our demonstration account isn't hooked up to my.rotary.org. It's a fake account, but I'll show you what setting up your RI integration looks like when you use your district version. So before I jump into RI integration, let's just explore what we can do as a club executive. I can open up the active members list, edit the club info, update the RI integration settings. Let's add a member by clicking active members list. So here I am on the active members list for my club, Rotary Club of Kipling. I can also access it using the For Clubs tab I mentioned in the top blue bar, and you'll note all of the items that were previously grayed out when we were a member are now active. I can click anywhere I'd like in this For Clubs tab. I wouldn't have access to the district's website tools or event tools as a club executive. I have access to manage my own club information, not make updates to the district website. If you have your own club version ClubRunner, that's where you'd update your own club's website. You'd log into your club version ClubRunner and start updating the website. But let's add a member. So in For Clubs membership list, or you can just use the dashboard with those two club management dashlets. I'm going to click this orange Add New Member button. If you're adding an existing Rotarian to your club, I would suggest using this Transfer New Member tool where you can search for their Rotary ID or email or name. But we don't have RI integration. I'm just going to use this Add Member form. So I clicked Add New Member. There we are. The first field is the member's membership type. I can click that and choose some options here: honorary, active satellite, active corporate. I can also enter in their sponsor, choosing a name from another member in the club. For their Rotary member number, if they have a member number, I would suggest using the transfer member page, because it will populate a lot of the rest of the information on this page. You would just search for their Rotary ID number and it'll pull in their first name, their last name, their email, their gender. You would only need to fill in the address information if you're using the transfer member. But using add member, I have to fill out all of this information manually. So let's quickly throw in a John D as opposed to a John Doe. And I can fill out more information like a title or middle name, but I'm only going to fill in the required fields, which are denoted by an asterisk and the orange text. So I'm going to go ahead and choose mail. You can skip email, but if you skip email, it won't send them a notice that they've been added to your club. So it's probably a good idea, if you have an email for them, to enter it here. I'm just going to use our testing systems. There we are. And next is the address information. And we require this address information because Rotary requires this address information when adding or transferring members. So we do have to enter this address information. I'm just going to throw in a placeholder address. I could make this a legitimate address, but we don't have the RI integration turned on. If you guys have RI integration turned on, it's a good idea to include the member's home address. And if they're uncomfortable with that, you can choose work and enter in their work address instead. I'm just going to throw in a placeholder city. And in Canada, postal codes are a mix of numbers and letters. So I'm just throwing that in there. And at the very bottom, we have the members ClubRunner login information. This is the same information that log into the district with, the ClubRunner mobile app with, your club version ClubRunner. And as an executive, you can make it a little easier for them. Sometimes people like to replace the username with the member's email address. So if you know your member is comfortable with logging in their email address at Rotary International, it may be a good idea to make their username their email address. You can also set their password right here, but they can also recover it using the same steps at the start. You just click member login, any of those three links, forgot password, forgot user, and they can recover it themselves, or you can enter their email address for them, or just enter the password for them. And finally, the last option is we provide a welcome new member email template to send to your members if you leave this checkbox on. If you don't want to use or send them a notice, you can uncheck it. But if you have your own custom new member email template, you can select it by clicking the system dropdown, choosing custom, and then you would be able to select your template from here. In our club version, ClubRunner, I'll show you where you can create a new member template quickly. But we're done here. I'm going to leave this send email notification off because we're just doing it here in a demo. So I'm going to go ahead and click this blue add member button. Pardon me. There we are. I missed the click. There we go. So within just a few seconds here, we'll be brought to the member's new profile. Okay, I do see it is processing for us. Okay, if it takes any longer, I'm going to try refreshing. Normally, ClubRunner is a little more snappy. I think it's because of that intermittent service disruption issue. You can expect pages to load within 30 seconds, within 15 seconds typically. I saw it tried to do something the email providers in use. I entered a duplicate email, it seems. Let me try changing that email address to something else. I'm just gonna, okay. I think it's that service disruption issue, but after clicking add member, this is what you should expect. You're brought to the new member's profile where you can update their profile image by clicking this blue update. The member can also log in and update their profile information. Similarly, an executive or the member can open it up in the app or here and click edit and then fill out the other information we didn't initially fill, like their title, suffix, nickname, spouse information you can fill in, and more, home address and work address. Okay, your district and club can set some custom fields, and you would find those in your member profile, both in the website as well as in the mobile app. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just cancel this update. I just want to show you how you can edit a member's profile. How about terminating a member? So last time I used the admin new dashboard to get there. I'm just going to pull it up again. I could go down here, go to active members, but let's use the top menu instead. So I'm going to click for clubs in the top blue bar, and then I'm going to click membership list in the gray bar below. Back on the active members list, if I want to terminate a member, say the new guy I just entered, John D here, I'm going to click this change status link on the right side of the page. And here I would have a few options to either terminate them, mark them as honorary, or change their membership type to another membership type like active satellite or active corporate. I'm going to choose terminate because we're going to terminate this Mr. D. There we go. At the top, we have this X member as of date field. Keep in mind, the Rotary International integration systems are able to integrate a termination date of up to 30 days in the past. So we would be able to successfully integrate a termination for John from, I'm just going to be safe and say January 8th onwards. If you went further, say January 4th, that termination would fail when integrated to Rotary International. They require it within 30 days. So I'm going to leave it as today's date, and I do believe you can fast forward or future date terminations from this page. Just bear in mind their ClubRunner profile is terminated right away. Their Rotary profile will be terminated for the future date you select. But continuing with the termination, I'm just going to say this member joined another club, but you can choose any of these other reasons. If you guys have the integration turned on, you will not have an other option. Rotary requires one of these reasons to be sent along with the termination. So I'm going to choose joined other club, and at the bottom here, we'll have these two options: report this termination to Rotary International, or do not report this termination to Rotary International. Typically, you'll leave report this termination to Rotary International on, so that when you terminate them in ClubRunner, it'll automatically terminate them at Rotary International. Why would you choose do not report this termination to Rotary International? The only real reason that comes to mind is, say you're removing a duplicate record in ClubRunner and only in ClubRunner, then you would choose do not report this termination to Rotary International, since there isn't a profile for this duplicate record, or the member was terminated in Rotary International without notifying ClubRunner. And there is a way to have updates at Rotary International automatically integrate into ClubRunner. That's a new feature from July 2023, and I'll cover it in the RI integration settings article. But those are the two reasons why you would choose do not report this termination to Rotary International, but typically you'll leave it to report the change. With all that in mind, I'm going to click Terminate Member. Okay, and we're back on the active members list for the club I'm an executive of. And if I scroll down, the John is no longer here. We have a few other Johns, but to find that terminated record, I would simply click Inactive Members List on the left side of the page. So I'm just going to click Inactive Members List. Say I accidentally terminated John, or he comes back to the club and rejoins. We can reactivate them by clicking the same change status link from this inactive members list, and then choosing activate membership. Okay, and similarly to adding a new member, Rotary requires reactivations are integrated within 30 days the member has rejoined your club. So similarly, January 8th and onwards, it would integrate to Rotary International successfully. If you go further in the past, it'll likely fail when integrated to Rotary International because of that requirement. Okay, the last step real here is just to click Activate Membership, but you also have the option to change their membership type while reactivating them. Okay, and let's take a look at updating your club information, and then we'll jump into sort of reviewing the RI integration settings. In the For Clubs tab, I'm just going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to click Edit Club Information. And I'm going to click one further and click Edit Club Info Online. And here we are on our club's club information page. Again, as an executive, I'm given access to update our club information. I'm able to change the club's logo by just clicking this change link, edit the club's details, edit the club's meeting details, and edit the club's contact information. Just showing you what that looks like. I'm going to click this edit button for meetings. And here you'll see our edit meeting information dialog, where I can choose another day that we're meeting on, say Wednesday at 6:30. It's different this year, 6:30 p.m. And say we have a second meeting at a different location and place and time. You can enter that as a meeting comment. So you could say, we also meet on the third Thursday every month at 7 p.m. And that's good enough for me. And then this information would appear on the club directory page on your district, as well as your club version ClubRunner, if you guys have a club version ClubRunner. Okay, I'm going to save this up to, well, let's take a little bit further here. In online meeting information, if your club meets online on Zoom or on Teams, you can include the meeting URL right here. it will not appear for any visitors visiting the district or your Club version ClubRunner website. They would only see this link and the passcode, these private details, after they've logged into your district or club's ClubRunner website. And I'll show you on our Club version ClubRunner where this meeting URL and passcode appear for logged in members and where it'd be hidden for visitors to your website. And further below, you can enter in your club's meeting location and information. You do not need to fill in latitude and longitude. Just go ahead, fill in the address, city, country, province, and postal. And all you have to do is check this. Oops, I'm scrolling away from it. Check this update latitude, longitude based on meeting address checkbox and click save. The moment you click save, we use Google Maps to populate the latitude and longitude information. I'm just going to close this dialog, but as long as that latitude and longitude option, this checkbox is checked, you will have this Google map appear here to display where your clubs meet. It also appears on the district's clubs map. Your district has a clubs map with all of your little meeting locations. It pulls this information. Okay, so there we go for the meeting information. Let's quickly talk about RI integration settings. Again, I'm using a demonstration account, so if I go to For Clubs and then go to RI Integration New, it will, I don't have further options here because this isn't an account connected to Rotary International. It's not a real Rotary club. Let me show you what you'd do. So in a new tab, actually, I'm just going to click Help from the top blue bar, and then I'm going to click Support Center, and that'll open up the new tab that I wanted to, ClubRunnerSupport.com. Here, I'm just going to scroll down past our guides, our help articles, our videos and webinars. Many more videos and webinars for ClubRunner training can be found on ClubRunnerSupport.com. But if I scroll down just a little more here, Rotary International Integration section, a whole section dedicated to the integration. And if I scroll down after clicking the section title, we've split it up by the account type you're working in. So if you're a club executive on the district, like we are for this portion of the demo, you'd use this section. Or if you're using the club version ClubRunner, you would use club integration. The district integration section is for your district executives and monitoring and assisting clubs with integration issues. But here in Club Executives on District, I can click, how do I set up automatic integration with Rotary International? And if I scroll down, there's these at rotary.org steps with a document from Rotary International on how to update their systems. I'll just click it real quick here. It's downloaded to my browser, and if I click that download, it shows you, it walks you through my.rotary.org, log in. Once you're logged in, follow these steps to choose the management editor. Okay, and then the second half is on your district's ClubRunner. You would click RI integration, either on the dashboard page or in the top menu under For Clubs. You would see a checkbox instead of this box that I have here. Once you check that checkbox, it'll turn on the RI integration from ClubRunner to Rotary International. We've recently improved our integration systems, and I'm just going to go to another article real quick here. So there's that same checkbox you'd use to turn on the integration. As soon as you check that checkbox, you would have this data sent from to Rotary International, a section appear for updates entered in ClubRunner sent to RI. And here is where we've updated the system from July 2023, data received from Rotary International. If you check this checkbox, I'm just going to scroll to that screenshot, you'll get these additional updates where, if entered in my.rotary.org, member additions, member terminations, member type changes would automatically come into your district's ClubRunner or your club version ClubRunner automatically every 24 hours. So member additions, member terminations, type changes, as well as these profile information updates. So with this update, you can turn on the integration from ClubRunner to RI, and then this data received from Rotary section, and now both systems keep each other up to date. You only have to enter updates in ClubRunner or in Rotary International. They will automatically integrate between each other. Okay, just wanted to show you how to turn on the RI integration if it's not turned on, and how to turn on this two-way true sync, we call it, so your systems can talk to each other. And you do have to go back and enable this section if you'd like the systems to, if you'd like Rotary International to send updates to ClubRunner. Okay, and that's all I have for our district on club executive on district portion of the training, pardon me. Effectively, you can manage your club's membership, you can update your club's information, you can also update your club's current year and future year executives. I'm just going to show that. Back in For Clubs, I'm going to click Define Club Executives. And now, previously, when I was a member, all of this was grayed out. I couldn't edit, I couldn't clear, I couldn't delete. But now that Charles is entered as the secretary, I'm able to edit our executive secretary, our treasurer. I'm able to add new positions by clicking Add New Position. Let's add a quick committee chair here. It is loading for me. Okay, that is taking a little longer than expected. It's pretty straightforward, and you guys had seen when I did it in the club version. We'll come back to this in the club version. So we're pretty much done with our club executive on district portion of the training. You can log in as a member, view information. You can log in as an executive. You can manage your club's information on the district. Let's go ahead and explore our club version ClubRunner and all of the tools you gain by having your own club version ClubRunner. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of our district account here.
Omar, just as a heads up for you, you've got about 7 minutes until the Q&A portion.
Thank you, Zach. Okay, so let's try to hasten this a bit. 5:30. I think we have just a bit more time. I'm sorry, Zach. I think we have a bit more time.
We do. I apologize, Omar. I
all good. All
time.
good.
I just wanted to keep you up to date.
Oh, thank you. 35 minutes for our club version portion should be good. I'm going to show more features than I am going to sort of walk through everything, but bear with me here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our club version ClubRunner. It's where I went to enter the executive, but in any case, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up the club website using the club directory. So I'm going to click club directory and contacts. I'm going to go to RC Kipling, Charles's club. I've already got it pulled up. So let's just nix this browser. There we are, kipling.clubrunner.co. I'm going to go ahead and log in and talk a bit about what members can do on your club version ClubRunner and what executives can do on your club version as well. So we're going to click the same member login link, except on our club website. Then I'm going to enter my same credentials that I used for our district version. Perfect, and click login. And within a few seconds here, it should take me directly into the member area. Awesome. And since I logged in from the homepage, I'm brought right into the member area. And this is the club version ClubRunner. So we use your district's ClubRunner to manage our club information. Now we have our own club version ClubRunner where you can use club version access levels. It's not the same as being set as an executive to manage your club's website. I'm just going to click website in the top blue bar. We can design the homepage. You can create events. I'm also going to use the dashboard page here. So I'm just going to scroll down and you'll see all of the different tools we have access to now that we're on our club version. I can send emails to my members. I can create events. I can create and look at attendance scores. The membership module and organization are similar, but there are a few differences. You guys have club version documents you can upload to your club version ClubRunner that members can download. And you can link public documents to your document section and then share those in emails or on the website. And as well as more reporting in your club version ClubRunner. The RI integration is pretty much the same as your district, except you'd be able to manage it here in your club version. And this is where you get access to the website to design your own club website on your club version ClubRunner. So further below, we have the website designer. You can start editing your homepage from here or website content. Some of you may be wondering, I log into my club version ClubRunner. I don't have all the tools to everything you're showing. Why is that? Well, it's likely that your profile is set with a lower access level. As a site administrator, I can see what other lower access levels have access to right here from the dashboard. I can click the lower access level like executives. Mainly, executives do not have access to the homepage designer. If I scroll all the way to the bottom, they have a website content, but they don't have the designer for the homepage. And if I scroll back to the top, the main difference between executives and editors is editors do not have access to member profiles. They can update their own profile, but they wouldn't have an organization tab to manage the club's information or the club's membership. And finally, the access level that many members are default added to ClubRunner, the member access level. This looks very similar to the district member, but there are a few additional tools. Members can send emails to other members from this My ClubRunner dashboard. You can click compose email. In the district, you're not able to send emails to other members. The district has to assign a special access for emails, but in Club version ClubRunner, your members can email each other, just logging in. They don't need any special access. And there are a few more items here in this block. You can view your own account balance as a member. And I'm just trying to remember, my member activity is a report that shows you all of the volunteer sign-up lists, all of the events you've signed up to. So and more. If you have designations, how filled your profile is, it assigns points for your member activity report. Some of you at this point are like, where do I go to view my access level? I want to know what happens when I log into my Club version ClubRunner. To find that, all of the dashboards will have this edit my profile button. I'm just going to go ahead and click it. And in your profile, the club version access level is stored in the settings tab. So I'm just going to go ahead and click settings, and there's club version access level 30 site administration. I do want to mention you can your district administrators are not able to change this club access level in the district version ClubRunner. It has no effect on using district version ClubRunner. It only affects using club version ClubRunner. Oh, and I should say your club executives and site administrators are able to assign up to their own access level to another member's profile. So if your site administrator is active at the club, you can reach out to them and ask for them to increase your access to site administrator or any other access level, a 50 club executive editor, reduce you to member for whatever reason. If for some reason your administrators are not responsive or are unavailable or have left the club, definitely reach out to our team. All we need is confirmation from your club president or club secretary to confirm you should have a specific access in your club version ClubRunner, and our team will increase that access level for your profile. Again, you can reach out for help by clicking help from the top blue bar and clicking support center or submit a ticket, or just pull up a new tab and go to clubrunnersupport.com and then click contact us in the top bar, and you can fill it out. You can go, I believe I should have site administrator access. Can you guys assign that to me? And we'd reply to say, hey, we can definitely do that. We just need confirmation from your club president or secretary. So you'd forward that email to your president or secretary. They just say, yep, Bob should have that access, and then we'll get that access assigned to your profile. Okay, so that's access. Let's go back into our club version ClubRunner and explore just a few more tools using our site administrator access. Really, site administrators, it only turns on in the website module, homepage designer, but club executives, 50-club executive, have access to everything else just like site administrators. And you can increase a member's access level by going to membership in your club version, member list. Then we would open up the member's profile. Just a quick tip, in the club version active members list, you can click this access column and it'll sort your members by access. 30 is the greatest access level, 30 site administrator, and 70 is our member access level. There are lower access levels that either prevent a member from logging in or only give them access to their own profile. But let's explore how you would go about uploading a document to your ClubRunner, how you would go about sending an email, and then we'll explore some of the newer modules in ClubRunner. So first, let's start with the document. Back in our member area, I'm going to click Organization, and I can click Documents from the gray bar below. I can also go to Admin, the Welcome dashboard. Here we are, and if I scroll down to Organization, there's the same documents list. So multiple ways to get to the same page, organization documents, or that link on the dashboard. Here we have a few different folders we've created ahead of time. If I scroll to the top, you can add more folders with this blue Add Folder button. or just start adding files with this orange add button. You can add multiple as well from your device at the same time. I'm going to use this orange add button to add a single file here. So I've clicked add. I see it's loading for me. Awesome. Here's where we've titled the document. So whenever another executive logs in, this is what they'd see when viewing the documents list. So let's call this our Easter egg flyer. So we have an event coming up, say an Easter egg hunt event, and we want to upload a flyer for that event as a PDF, for example. So I've just thrown in the title. The permalink is generated for me. I can click anywhere on the page. You don't need to enter anything for the permalink. It'll use the title. A description is not required, but it helps your other executives know what they're opening. But I think my title is pretty self-explanatory. It's the Easter egg hunt flyer. Maybe I want to date it to 2024, or I can go one step further and say April 20 or March, probably March 2024. Okay, so very self-explanatory. I won't bother with the description, but you guys can to help your other executives when viewing it. Next is the documents folder. So if you've created some folders ahead of time, you'd be able to select them from this document folder dropdown. You may have noted for the documents list with the folders, you click add for that folder. If you click add for a folder from the list, this document folder is selected for you for the folder you clicked add on. But in any case, let's say this should go into our event flyers folder. That seems pertinent. We're uploading an event flyer. It should go in our event flyer folder. Next is access level. So if we leave this as requires login, and by default, it will choose require login, anybody who gets the link for this Easter egg hunt March file would have to log in before being able to view its contents. That doesn't sound right for a flyer. This is something we'd like everybody to have access to. So I'm going to choose public, but I'm going to show you guys what happens if a visitor tries to open up a require login document. But we'll upload this as public. Last but not least is to actually choose the file. A note, we do allow files up to 15 megabytes in size. If they're larger than that, you have like a PowerPoint that's like 40 slides, we'd suggest splitting it up into parts, so two 20 slide PowerPoints, and then uploading both those parts into a single folder. So you've effectively worked around the limitation by splitting into parts and grouping them in a folder. But let's get one file chosen. I'm going to click choose file. It'll open up my file explorer on my device here. I'm just going to put my demonstration, and here I can choose the document to upload. Of all this stuff, I'm going to use, excuse me, this ClubRunner Essentials PowerPoint. I'm just going to select it and click open. And there we go. I see the PowerPoint is now the file. The last step is to click this orange save button. Okay, and if I scroll down, there's event flyers. And within event flyers, there's our Easter egg hunt March 2024. If I try to click this link, it should download the PowerPoint to my device. And if I click the PowerPoint file, it's going to open up my PowerPoint program. But this is the ClubRunner Essentials PowerPoint from our knowledge base, clubrunnersupport.com. For require login documents, they will appear with a lock icon on this list. So that Easter egg hunt doesn't have a lock icon, but the rest do. I'm going to open up something called an incognito tab. It doesn't know that I've logged into the Kipling website. If I go to kiplingclubrunner.co, I'm logged out. I'm not logged in. If I was logged in, it would say my name, member area, and log out. So I'm not logged in. If I try to get one of these links for a private document and then try to use that browser that doesn't know I've logged in, so I'm just going to open up a new tab and paste in that document link, it prompts me to log in. I see it's loading as I speak here. So yeah, now I can't access that document because I haven't logged in. But if I close this tab that I haven't logged in with, here's the one I've logged into the member area with, and I click one of those locked items, it just opens because I've already logged in. Otherwise, I would log in and then it would open for me. Okay, so that's how you can upload private and public documents to your ClubRunner. Next, I want to show you how you can send an email and link to the documents and events and donations that you can create on the website. I don't think I'll have enough time to cover creating an event and setting up donations, but I'll show you what these look like on our demonstration account and while we create our email. So let's go ahead and send an email to our membership. I'm going to click communication in the top blue bar, then email services in the gray bar below. Here we're brought to the list of emails my user has sent, Charles has sent. Because he's an administrator, I can click show all emails and see all of the emails that have been drafted or sent from my club. So we can see Aaron Aronson's emails and other drafts that my colleagues have made. But I can also go to the email traffic report with club executive or site administrator access and see another list of all of the emails sent from club members. So I click communication email traffic report. I'm going to click details. And now these are just all of the emails over the date range you specify. I see it's pulling up that information. So these are all of the emails. I can click the number to view stats. I don't want to get too far in. Let's create an email and take a look at some other features. So back in the top blue bar, communication, then email services. I'm on my own emails. I'm going to create a new email by clicking compose new message. Okay, here we are. By the way, while we were on the add member form in the district version, it exists here in your club version under membership member list, and you'd have that same add member. There is this new member templates item on the left side of the page in the communication module. This is where you would create your custom new member email template. You can set it as the default email template, and then on the add member form where it said system and custom, it would automatically choose custom for you and the template you've selected from new member templates. I'm sorry, I brought us to this create email page, but let me take us quickly to new member templates. So communication, email services, new member templates. Here's the template we've created, completely custom. Say I want to edit it some more, I'll click this action drop down and click edit, and you can customize your new member template. You can include images and more. I'm going to go into this editor in a bit. I just wanted to show you this new member template because I touched on it earlier. And this is where you go and create them in your club version. Communication, email services, new template. Pardon me for that detour. Let's go back to designing an email. So communication, email services, there's that draft I just opened. I'm just going to open it again. Pardon me. And we're opening it from the action column and open. Let's select our recipients here. So the first step on the left, I'm just waiting for these loading circles to finish loading for me, is to select your membership as well as contacts. Sorry, I see it's still loading for me. Just going to refresh one more time. If it doesn't finish in the next second here, yeah, let's just do that. There we go. So now they've loaded for me. If I want to select the members, I can just select active and honorary membership. So there we go. Everybody with a valid email address is selected for my email. Say I just want to email a handful of people, not my whole membership. How would I do that? I would uncheck the active and honorary member group. Nobody is selected now. Now I'm going to click this little plus icon to the left of the group, and you'll see the different membership type options we had when we added a member. Here, I can select one of the whole membership types, or I can click the expand link for one of them. Let's do that for active. And here is where I get the individual list of my membership. I can choose the member names. Say your membership is really big, you can filter for just a handful of people. I can just search for John or Diane or whoever, and then check their names using the filter recipients box. I've already chosen my two, Misty and Gil, and I'm done. I'm going to click done here, and I can tell 2 out of 32 out of all of my membership are selected for this email, Misty and Gil. Okay, say that's the only members I want to include in this email. How would I email non-members? From this same recipient section, we would go to contact groups. I'm going to click this little plus icon beside contact groups, and these contact groups can be composed of both your members and non-member contacts you would add to ClubRunner. So we've added a few non-members as volunteers to our demo club here. I'm just going to click this expand link. I see a few member names here, but you can add non-members and group them into your volunteers group. And say I want to email those non-member volunteers, I just check it. Where would you go to add a non-member contact? That's a great question I hear you ask. In the top of our member area, I'm going to click contacts, then manage contacts. This is where you'd go to view your club's contact list, add more contacts. You can create groups under manage groups, and then you can, in the Manage Groups page, assign multiple contacts into a group at the same time. I'm not going to take a detour to do that. I have a lot of other content I'd like to show you. So we'll continue with our email demo here. And that's all I have for step one. We've chosen either all of our membership or just the few, and then we've chosen some non-member and member contacts. You can select contacts that aren't in a group from this no group. It's always the bottom one. But I wanted to go to volunteers. So we're done here. That's step one. On the right side is where we design the email. And I'm sure you guys have seen similar email designers in Gmail or Outlook. It's no different. I would just subject my email. Join us for the Easter egg hunts. Pardon me while I typo here. Easter egg hunts. And that's the subject of our email. That's what people would see when it arrives in their inbox. On the just below the subject is a few options for templates and merge fields. So similar, I'm just going to scroll up a little bit. Similar to new member templates, you get email templates. If you create an email template from this select template dropdown, you would choose custom. Okay, and as soon as you select custom, you'll get this second dropdown to choose any of the custom emails that you've saved. So I can choose one of these, say barbecue meeting, and nothing's changed just yet. If I click insert, it'll prompt me, hey, we're going to replace the email's content and the subject that I just entered, join us for Easter egg hunt, with the template. So I'm going to click OK. Oh, and there went my Easter egg hunt subject, but the rest of my email's content was updated with the barbecue meeting template. So if you're sending an email over and over in ClubRunner, it may be a good idea to go communication, email services, email templates, save it as an email template, and then when you design the email, choose custom, select your template, click insert. Okay, and that's all I have to talk about templates. Next are merge fields. Merge fields pull in either the recipient, the person you're sending the email to, your information, the sender, or the account's information, the club's information. So say I want the email to begin with hello, and then the person's first name, the recipient's first name. I would place my cursor where I'd like the merge field to be, then go to recipient and choose first name. It'll automatically plop in for me. Then say you want to include their last name. It's a good idea to enter a space right after first name, and then go back to recipient, choose last name, and there it is. If for some reason it didn't get added, I could click add again, and it'll add the merge field in. Okay, and now I wanted to exit with my user's name and then the club's name. How would I do that? So I'm going to press enter a few times at the bottom of my email here, and then go sender. So my name, sender first name, add. So now that'll say Charles. Sender first name will say Charles, and then I'm going to throw in my last name, Hampton, with the space in between. And then I'm going to press enter one more time and go to account full name. That's perfect. I'm going to click add. So now it'll say, please let me know if you have any questions. Charles Hampton, Rotary Club of Kipling. So we're good with merge fields. Let's include some links in the email content. So we've added some merge fields to pull in member information. We want to link them to pages on our website or a document to download. How would we do that? So I'm going to enter in a few extra lines and enter some text the reader would click. So I'm going to say, click here to download our Easter egg hunt flyer, and click here to open our member directory. This special member directory page requires login, so I'm just going to say requires login. And let's include a link to an event that we built ahead of time. So click here to register to our February barbecue. Okay, pardon me, I did mistype. There we go. So we've got some text, but none of it's clickable. None of it links to anything. To make it link to something, I'm going to highlight it. So there we go. Click here to download our Easter egg hunt flyer. And then in these editor tools, I'm going to choose the link editor tool. Okay, and I see we do have another 13 minutes. I should be good to show events and donations on the website and touch on membership success, because I know those were some highlighted features by your district. So I've still highlighted my text. I've clicked the link dialog, and now I'm going to click link type. This is where the magic happens. And here is where I can find documents I've uploaded to ClubRunner, events I've created on ClubRunner, volunteer sign-up lists I've created on my club version ClubRunner, and more. Site pages are another type of page. Built-in pages, I will use built-in page. It's this view club directory. You can link this into your emails. If somebody clicks it, they'll log in, but then they'll see your club's member directory. Let me just add the document link first. So I'm going to go to document, and then I'm going to click this second drop down. And here I should see the event flyers folder that we used earlier. And there's my Easter egg flyer, March 2024. I've got it. I'm going to click OK. And now this text is linked to that flyer. It's actually the ClubRunner Essentials PowerPoint. Let's link this to the member directory. So I've highlighted the text again. I'm going to click link and then link type. And this time I'm going to choose built-in page. Built-in pages are pages we create for your ClubRunner accounts. Okay. And from built-in page, I'm going to click the second drop down and choose Club Photo Directory and click OK. And now that second link is linked to the directory. I'm just going to show you where you can get to that up here. I believe it's my ClubRunner directories. It's this one here. So we've linked to the member area directories page in this line here with the built-in page link type. Okay, and finally, we're going to link to a public event on the website. I'm just going to highlight that text again, link. Instead of the other ones, I'm going to choose event. And there's my new cloud event. I'm going to show you guys what cloud events looks like here. So event, and then this cloud event type here. I'm going to click OK. Any visitor who clicks this last link will open up the events registration page. I will show you guys what that looks like with our new event system. Okay, and we're done with the emails content. Actually, we want to throw in an image. Let's just throw in an image. I'm going to put in a few more lines, and then in the editor tools, we're going to click image. You'll get this dialog to update the width, height, and other items. Really, the first step here is to click Browse Server. It'll open up your club's image library. So all club version ClubRunner has an image library where you guys can store your newsletter images, photos from events, and more. If you guys store them here, your editors and other executives and members will be able to reuse those images in their emails and when designing the website. So I'm just going to scroll down, see if I can find hey, let's use this Easter egg hunt image. I'm just going to double click it. It brings me back to this image properties dialog where I can see the width and height. It's a bit big, but let's just click OK and see what happens. Click OK. And there's that image. It's a little too big. Let's go ahead and double click it and reduce its width by half. I'm just going to highlight the width and go 250. And you'll note the height updated for me. And that's because I left this lock icon locked. It keeps the other ratio adjusted if I adjust one. So if I cut the width in half, it cut the height in half for me. But if I unlock this icon by clicking it, it would not adjust the other for me. It's a good idea to keep it locked, because sometimes you'll end up stretching an image and it'll look a little stretched, or squishing an image and it'll look squished. Good idea to keep this lock icon locked. You can also set an alignment, and you can also link to images the same way. I'm going to click OK here. There's our size update. I'm going to click the image once to highlight it, and then I click the link editor tool, and now it's the same step. I just choose my link type, say event, and then choose the event from the dropdown, click OK. Now the image and all those texts are linked to the event or the document or the sign-up list, and so on. Okay, so we're done with our emails content. Now let's wrap up this email. Going further down, in addition to documents in ClubRunner, you can also attach files to your email. They do have a 5 megabyte limit, so smaller than documents. Every recipient is sent a copy of the file as opposed to a document, which they click the link for. But I can select files. I just need to click select files for upload, and then I'd find the file on my computer, double click it, and it uploads. You can upload up to 6 megabytes of attachments. So you can have 10 0.5 megabyte files, for example, or 2.5 megabyte files, just for example's sake. Scrolling down, step 4, we have a few options. Include list of recipients. It does exactly that. At the bottom of the email, there'll be a recipients button. If they click it, it opens up who else was sent an email. I don't believe it shows email addresses. Send me a copy of the email. Works no different than if you just selected yourself from the recipients. But if you didn't select yourself and you'd like to receive a copy of the email, just check this checkbox. You will also be sent a copy. The last step is to send the email right away or to schedule the email. So you can schedule emails to send from ClubRunner ahead of time. I found this tool very handy for a lot of clubs. So I'm going to show you how to schedule an email. We're going to click schedule. Then from these two fields, I'm going to click the calendar icon and then choose the date. Say Friday, I want the email to go out. Then for the time field, I'm just going to type in a number. I'm going to press 2 and it'll plug in 2:37 is the current time, or current minutes. I want it to be 2 p.m. on the dot. So I'm going to click the minutes field, type in 00 p.m. That makes sense, but if I want to change it to AM, I just press A after selecting PM, but I don't want to email my members at 2 in the morning. I'm going to keep it at 2 p.m. Okay, we're going to click send. It'll bring me a confirmation. Hey, we're going to schedule this to the 8 recipients. Okay. Oh, I forgot to include a member. What do? I can go back to the email. It's actually this one. I didn't update the subject after we used the template. And then I can cancel the scheduled send. Oh, I'm just struggling here. There we go. Cancel. And now it'll return this email to draft status. There it is. It's back in draft. I can click the action drop down and click open. And now I can add that other recipient. I can go back to active and go expand. Oh, I'm going to add base. That's who I wanted to email. So now we got them in, and I can go back and schedule the email by clicking send again. The schedule is saved. Yeah, and now we're good. 9 instead of the 8. Okay, just a little extra feature I want to show is you can view email delivery stats. For any of these emails, you'll click this action drop down and click stats. It'll show you, 93% of your members were successfully delivered the email. Why didn't 2 people get it? Well, if we scroll down, we'll have this list of statuses. If I click status, it looks like this example.com address was previously sent an email and it didn't work. And this ClubRunner support email, it dropped it or bounced it for some reason. It didn't like the initial send. Where do you go to view and unblock email addresses? I'm going to scroll to the top. In communication, I'm going to click manage blocked emails. There it is. Here are all of the previous emails and dates they were sent from ClubRunner, or I shouldn't say emails, but the email addresses. So we can see Jane Doe was sent an email on November 20th. And this is the reason they couldn't receive the email, unrecognized email address. So sync@sendgrid.net. It's not entered correctly, and that's why it failed. It's not our correct testing system. So its error is correct. Say it was an intermittent issue. Like normally the member receives emails, but for some reason they were added to this list. How do we get them to test again? Well, you'd unblock their email address and then send them another email from ClubRunner. You can just scroll to the right of this list, and then in the actions dropdown, choose unblock. Or if you just want to do everybody all at once, we're going to scroll to the bottom and then click check all. This will check all of the blocks, and then you can click unblock selected. It will remove the blocks, and the next time you send them an email, hopefully they don't come back here, they just received it. But if there was an issue, they'd return to this blocked email list with the reason that they couldn't be sent that email and the date of the email. Okay, and if you're continuing to experience issues with a single member when you're sending them emails, they're coming back here over and over, definitely reach out to help. Our hands are a bit tied when it comes to email issues, but we can help with reviewing the reason and sharing some suggestions. Okay, I do have 4 minutes for the rest of our training, so I'm just going to show you the events module and membership success module and bulletins features. So let's start with membership success. I'm going to click membership success from the top blue bar and then click overview in the gray bar below. This is a new module to ClubRunner for at least a year, I believe. The module comes with 2 forms. On the left side of the page, I've gone to forms. I'm going to click membership inquiry and open it in a new tab. This is a form that's on your club version ClubRunner. If you guys have club version ClubRunner, your visitors will be able to pull this form up. You can link it into your navigation menu at the top of the website. We do have website webinars that go over designing the website on clubrunnersupport.com. And here, if we fill out this information, the prospect ends up in this dashboard under your new prospects. So if I click new, I would see the person who had filled out this membership inquiry. I'd be able to push them along to the next stage. So from new, you could send them, you can move them to potential prospect and then add some more information to their profile. You can push them along to potential member. They haven't been technically invited, but they are potential. I'm going to click potential member. We have a few prospects in that status. Here I can click a prospect's name, say Jules Gillespie. I can edit their information. I can send them an email. But really the last step for membership success after they apply to your website, after you push them along through the statuses, is to invite them and for them to accept it. And you would do that by opening up their status. From the list here, you would click this action drop-down arrow, and this is how you traditionally push them along. From this action drop-down arrow, you can send them an invitation, or they would fill out the invitation, and then you would come back here and click accepted, and then it would add them as a member, or you can close the prospect. For some reason, they don't want to pursue joining the club, you can close the prospect and reopen it later. Okay, that's the 1-2 for membership success. But really, membership success overview, we give you guys a membership inquiry form. Refer a member is only for your members. You would link this form to your website. There are some configuration settings you should update in the module. Sender profile, recipient profile. I'll show you our quick setup guide. So clubrunnersupport.com. Just scrolling down, guides. Here, this is actually one of the articles Zach, our lead product specialist, helped with, membership success. And then if I scroll down under getting started, we're going to click quick setup guide. And these are the steps we'd suggest. You want to enter a sender profile and a recipient profile. A sender profile is the email that appears from the club, so it's sent to your prospects. The recipient profile is your membership chair, where the replies from your prospects and forms are sent to. So you'd first enter your sender and recipient profile. You can review the email templates we give. There are some automations to send them drip campaigns, and eventually you push them along through the statuses. That's what step 4 here is: understand how applicants move through the process, and then once they are sent the invitation, they fill that out, and then they're added to your club. This guide is super helpful with configuring membership success. I know we've got a minute left, so I'm going to bleed into Q&A time, but I do really want to show you guys cloud events and the donations module. So in the member area, if you guys have an integrated online payment account, you'll be able to create donations from this donations module in the top blue bar. And if you can create events without an integrated online payment account, but if you have an integrated payment account, your events will be able to take online credit card payments. What do those look like on the website? So back on our public-facing website, so we're working the member area before on the public now. I'm going to go to calendar and then events calendar, and this is one of those built-in pages we provide for your account. We've set the new cloud event to appear on the website. I'm going to click Canada Day RibFest. You can customize all of this information: the event's title, days, this text information, this image, with a similar email editor, but instead for the website. You can also enter in the address information. It'll pull in Google address information, your organizers, and so on. I'm going to click register just to show you guys what this looks like. So click register in the top right. You can customize all of these ticket options. Let's go ahead and just choose a family pack and a VIP family pack. We also have products and add-ons, and we've set a parking pass with limited availability. So I click the plus for parking pass. There's only 74 left. If I order one more, it'll drop to 73. You can also have options for your product. So I click t-shirts, and now we have sizes for our t-shirt instead of different options. So I can choose, oh, I need a medium shirt. You can also enable free-form donations. I can say I want to donate $10 with my registration. When I click proceed to checkout, here we'll see the checkout page where all of the items and or tickets and add-ons that I've chosen, products, sorry, and the subtotal and donation amount. You can create flat amount and percentage promo codes. If a registrant uses them, it will not affect the donation amount. The donation amount will remain. It'll only affect the checkout cart items. Okay. Further below, the buyer, the person filling the order, would fill in their own information. and then they'd start filling out the attendee information for each of the ticket holders. So we chose a Ribfest family pack. There's one main attendee, and then they have 4 guests that they can bring along with their family pack. And then we also chose the VIP family pack. It has the same set of questions, but a different charge. And again, there's an attendee, a main attendee, and some guest names we've asked for. Okay, you can also have conditional questions. So if somebody chooses a product, you can have specific questions appear on this form because they selected that product. The same for tickets. So you can really get into the nitty and gritty with conditional questions using cloud events. And we do have an article on clubrunnersupport.com about creating them. And finally, a checkout form at the bottom here for credit card. You can enable check payments or other check payment options. We've titled it bypass payment, but you could have this be cash or e-transfer or a Venmo or any other payment option. You can display that information here. Okay, so that's cloud events. Donations, I'm going to take us quickly into the member area, donations, and I'm going to go to donation settings, and then I'm going to click manage campaigns on the left here. So these are all of the donation campaigns for our website. I'm just going to pull up this analytics report because it looks nicer. But what does this all look like on the public site? So you create some campaigns. What does that look like? On the public side, I'm going to click donate. This is another built-in page we provide for your account. As long as you've set up a campaign, it's just /donations. It's this last little bit. Once you plug in /donations after your club's homepage, it should pull this up if you guys have created a campaign. Here are all 4 of those campaigns: Coke for Kid, Disaster Relief Fund, School in Honduras. I can click donate now for any of the campaigns. It'll show me the options we've set for the campaign. If I click one and click donate, it pulls up a similar donation form. It just knows that I'm a demo user. I'm not a regular. This isn't my regular browser, so it gave me that caption test. But here we are on the donor form. I can enter my donor information and a similar credit card payment form. And if I click submit, that feeds into these reports in the back end. We can see, oh, these campaigns made the most money. Here is most recent donations. Looks like Aaron Aronson made a donation of $25 on November 30th. So you can review for all of the campaigns. You can even drill down for a specific campaign. I'm going to click manage campaigns. And then from this action drop, I'm going to go stats. And now this is just Coats for Kids, but I can do it for the other one, for School in Honduras, and so on. Okay, so I know I went to overtime, and your district has a poll for you guys. It's been available, but in case you didn't fill it out, at the bottom of the Zoom controls, you should see a little poll button. If you click that button, you can fill out the poll. I would love to hear how you enjoyed this webinar. We're going to open the session to live questions. And I believe Zach is, yep, I see a few you've chosen for me here. So I'm just going to go through some of the open questions. And if there's time willing, we'll touch on the website designer. But I know Sean has some closing remarks too. So let's touch on some questions.
All right. So yeah, well, let me give you a little break while you can do some navigation. So I'm just going to do my best to go in order. We had a bunch of really great questions asked. So starting right up at the top of my list, Virginia specifically asks, am I correct that a member cannot make their own profile? After entering a member profile, can the member update their own profile? So Omar, I think, did a pretty good job touching on this a little bit at the very beginning. But Virginia, you are correct. A member cannot create their own profile, and that's just across the board. Like even when we're talking about, for example, if you were doing this directly in My Rotary, a member just can't randomly join the club. But a really nice thing for any reason is like once you've added the member in ClubRunner, obviously they'd get that notification when you choose to send them that email. If you added them directly on My Rotary for some reason, and you had the Rotary International TrueSync enabled, their record technically would be created automatically, but from that point, they would be able to log in and jump down there and start updating their profile. And I'm just going to give a really quick shout out. I know we talked about our mobile application, but one of the reasons we push our mobile app so much is that it's really our best resource for the regular members of the club. And most notably, we actually just released an update last Thursday when Omar was at one of the first PES sessions that happened in North America here. That app update actually came out. So that's really cutting edge. Like we just released it. So the mobile app now supports basic profile updates and actually supports some of the other stuff Omar was talking about here today. So I just want to give a quick shout out for that. But yeah, Virginia. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that one done. But hopefully that helps to address that. Virginia also had one more question. When reactivating a member, is that considered as a new member, or will the historical information be reactivated too? So that's a little bit of a loaded question from the club runner perspective. Most importantly, at least at Rotary International, the history of the member joining and leaving will be there. In Club Runner, it will more or less be like the member has just rejoined the club because they've gone from inactive to active, and right now we only store a single join date. But I just want to real quickly comment, like we know that's been a bit of a thing for a while. We are looking on ways to improve it, but effectively, when the member rejoins the club, at least for the purposes of how long the member's been in the club, it's going to reset their club join date, because we at the very least needed that to send to Rotary, because Rotary doesn't care when they were a member before. They only care that they're rejoining the club now and when did that date start at.
Yeah,
So that's why the system works that way.
thank you, Zach. And I do want to add to that. So Virginia, in the inactive profile in ClubRunner, all of the information you enter, their work address information, any custom fields you've set, will be saved when you reactivate the member. What Zach's referring to is information that's only stored in Rotary International systems. Specifically, one thing that comes to mind is the PHF contributions. ClubRunner doesn't store an individual's members' contributions to the Paul Harris Foundation. That information is stored in their Rotary International record. When you reactivate a member in ClubRunner, they'll have their Rotary ID number, and that Rotary ID number should remain as a member is in your club version ClubRunner or another club version ClubRunner, and that ID number is what ties up to my.rotary.org for that historical information. So just adding, the information you enter in ClubRunner is saved when you reactivate them in your own club, but some specific information at Rotary International is saved only in Rotary International systems, PHF contributions being one of them. A great question.
Yeah, we had another really great question. So, the attendee chose to remain anonymous. So, why is the district version free, and why do I need to pay a club version? And finally, how much does it cost? So,
yeah, I'd love to answer this question, Zach. So,
you got it.
The district version, the district version isn't free. Your district is paying a district version ClubRunner subscription, and they can add. It's charged based on the total number of members added to your district account. And then when they set a member as an executive, they're able to use your district ClubRunner to manage your own club's information, only using the district ClubRunner. For anonymous attendee, why would you want a club version ClubRunner? Well, using only your district website, you wouldn't be able to design your own club version website. Like you wouldn't have your own page on the district apart from your club information page on this club directory, and you wouldn't be able to create your own events in ClubRunner. So you'd want club version ClubRunner if you'd like to design your own website on ClubRunner, upload your own documents, create your own events. Where would you find ClubRunner pricing information? I'm going to go ahead and pull up our official website, clubrunner.com or .ca, both go to the same place. Oops, that's our pets page, but I'm just going to go to clubrunner.com. And here in the top bar, we're going to click pricing. And if I scroll down just a tad, we charge based on the membership size. And we work on ranges up to 20 members, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, and so on. So say you guys have 25 members. These are our monthly prices, not times your membership, but by month per month for ClubRunner. And we would invoice for the year. So the amounts you're seeing here would be times 12. Your club may already have club version ClubRunner. You just need to go to your club directory and click it. But if you don't, these are our prices. We invoice annually. If we also offer free 30-day trials, we do not ask for credit card information, and all updates made to the trial account remain if you order. And you can see right here on the top right of our website, you can click request trial. If you scroll down just a tad, you can fill out your club's information. Really, the one field that sometimes catches people is this product of interest. Just choose ClubRunner club version. The rest you'll fill out your name, your club's name, the district 7030 or 7020 for some of our attendees, and then comments if you have any comments. As soon as you go through this and click submit, we typically get your trial account set within 1 to 2 business days. If for some reason the email address you've contacted us with isn't in your district account, we'd ask you connect with your district to let us know, hey, yes, this person is a club executive. They should have a trial. But if we find your email address in the district, 1 to 2 business days, you'll have a free 30-day ClubRunner trial. You can ask for extensions, and we typically do grant 1 to 2 week extensions for trials. Another great question. Thank you, Zach, and
Yeah.
Anonymous.
The last thing I'll just add is you can really think about it this: your district is paying so that everybody has a base level of functionality. And if you want or need more, and whomever your current provider for your club services isn't offering that, ClubRunner is a good choice for that. That's all I'll just add to that. Omar did a great job getting everything else covered.
Thank you, Zach.
So we have another question from an anonymous attendee. What is the best way to maintain and update club information, and how often should it be done? So first and foremost, I'm going to say the best way to maintain your club and membership information is the way that you prefer. I quite literally am not allowed to tell you should do it one way or another. At the end of the day, it's always your choice. So for example, you have your options. You can choose to go to My Rotary. You can update the information in My Rotary. With integration services enabled in ClubRunner, we'll pick up a lot of those changes automatically back into the system. Or vice versa, if you make the changes in ClubRunner, whether it's your club subscription or your district subscription, again, with those integration services enabled, those changes will be communicated to Rotary International. Really, the best answer is whatever makes the most sense and works best for your club and your organization, because you're the ones who have to go in and update it. So if you prefer one to the other, choose to make your updates there. And if for some reason you can't, then you'll have to figure out the other way. But I guess my point is, like, the best way is the way that makes sense to you. And as far as frequency, Rotary does have a cutoff on a lot of notification things. They tend to be 30-day windows on a lot of stuff, but there's also a couple key days in the year that you don't want to be late on. So for example, Rotary does billing twice a year. They do it based on January 1 rolls and based on July 1 rolls. So for example, we actually just had this issue come up with a customer. So I feel like it's a really good point to make out. If you don't want to be billed for a member in the latter half of the Rotary year, they have to be terminated. Like, the termination must have been received by Rotary International by midnight, December 31st, Rotary time. So when I'm saying that, what I mean is, if you terminate them on January 2nd or January 3rd, even if the effective termination date is for December, it's already past that cutoff. So yeah, outside of making sure that you're following those billing guideline deadlines, it's about as frequent as you're willing to put up with. So, like, obviously, if you have a new member join, you have about 30 days to notify Rotary of that happening. And then after that, you can still do it, but you still have to work off that 30-day window. So ideally, as soon as possible is the real best answer, but you've got 30 days on most things. And as long as you're paying attention to those big billing cutoff dates, it should be pretty good. Now, before I keep going, do we have time for some more Q&A? Because I've got 3 more, I think.
Yeah, Sean, do you know if or Vicky, are you guys good to stay on a little more if we can?
Yeah, you guys go ahead.
Fantastic.
Oh,
I just wanted to make sure we weren't pushing over anybody else's time. So we have another question. We have a question from Maureen, and she is asking, when we use ClubRunner, do we still have to enter the data in My Rotary? So I'll say that there's a big asterisk there. As long as you've hooked up the integration services, in most cases, you should not have to do any double data entry at myrotary.org. Now, there are still things that you can only enter in myrotary.org. For example, your presidential goals for your president and some other data. We don't have access to that stuff, but for most day-to-day things, adding members, terminating members, updating the profile, or updating anything about the club, with the integration services enabled, you can do that in ClubRunner, and those changes should go through to Rotary. On the off chance that something does not go through, you'll typically receive an email within in some cases, as soon as a day, at the worst case scenario, a week later. But then if for any reason you guys have any problems with that, or you don't understand that email, all you need to do is reply to it and say, hey, what the heck's going on? Can you guys help me? Those all come right back to us.
Yeah, and I see Sean's raised his hand. Do you have a comment, Sean?
Yeah, I just wanted to add in one thing with regard to the integration and sync setup. Uh, Clubs have the option of choosing whether to make integration one way or two way. And one way really means that information's only going to come from my Rotary to ClubRunner versus two-way, which is it'll exchange it both from my Rotary to ClubRunner and ClubRunner to my Rotary. So if it is that your club wants to use ClubRunner as the means of updating member information, terminating members, adding new members, and you want to make sure that it goes to my Rotary, you need to always check and ensure that your sync settings are such that it is two-way communication, not one-way communication.
And just to add a bit to that for Sean, in club version ClubRunner, that's RI integration in the top blue bar, then RI integration settings in the gray bar below. In your district, it would be, it's not here because I'm in the club version, it's the for clubs tab in the top blue bar, then the same RI integration settings. And if you have any questions or you receive an email and you're not sure what to do with it about an integration issue, or you want to make sure your two-way true sync is turned on, reach out. We'd love to hear from you. In the top bar of your district or club, help, submit a ticket, or just pull up clubrunnersupport.com, our knowledge base with videos and guides, and then you can click contact us. You can say, hey, I received this email from RI about this notice. What do I need to do? You can even reply to those messages and it'll come to our support team and we'll do our best to help. Awesome. I think we missed one quick question. I'm just going to do it myself. Thank you, Zach. An anonymous attendee asks, we would like to develop an archive for important historical documents of the club. What is the best way to do that in ClubRunner? Well, if the documents are less than 15 megabytes in size, I would suggest using your club's documents list, again, in the organization tab, documents just below. There is a 15 megabyte size limit for each document. So if there are larger than that, we typically suggest reviewing for a third-party drive service like Google Drive or OneDrive, which typically have greater capacities than just our documents list in ClubRunner. ClubRunner also stores your club's images and other smaller files, but for very large files, we typically suggest Google Drive or OneDrive or other drive services. But otherwise, use organization documents for your newsletters, your meeting minutes, your anything that comes to mind. There are many different file types documents accepts. If I go to clubrunnersupport.com and just type in manage documents, how do I manage my club documents? And I just scroll down. Here are all of the different file types we accept: GIFs, Word documents, PowerPoints, PDFs, JPEGs, and more. Chances are you can upload it to ClubRunner, but if not, a third-party share drive. Another great question.
Right, we've got our last question here, and then I think that's going to do it for the ClubRunner portion of things. Who has access to add and remove information in ClubRunners in the Members tab? Now, I'm assuming that this question, based on when it came in, was about the club version of ClubRunner, but it's not. So at the club version of ClubRunner, it is not specifically officer-based. We do let clubs manage their own access levels. So you could have someone who is, in theory, not even a member of the club and give them the full access to manage everything about the club. And kind of, I don't want to say everything in between, but most things in between. In general, though, in a pinch, as far as ClubRunner is concerned, your president, the current year president, has the final say over the account. So in that context, if for some reason, if someone doesn't have access, the president can always authorize our team to make any changes to the account, increasing someone's access, decreasing someone's access, making some profile updates in very specific scenarios. Typically, our team, we don't process information changes for privacy and security reasons primarily, but there are some rare cases where, you're stuck, you're locked out, we don't have any other option. We usually we'll do some extra verification and be a bit of a thorn in your side, but we will help you get that. But all of that is to say, we let clubs manage their officers or their access levels almost entirely on their own. But we have some backup. So for example, somehow you have no one who can manage your club subscription, we'll automatically give your president level 30 access. We'll give your secretary level 50 access. And in a pinch, if you have another officer related to the club that needs access, ideally they go through someone in the club to authorize them, but in a pinch, they can also come back and talk with us. Just to add on to that, at the district, those roles are automatic. So for club officers, in most cases, it's going to be the officers that Rotary tracks that give access to manage the members. But your district specifically also has a bit of extra control over that. So they can create some extra positions that manage the club. When in doubt, you'd be able to reach out to us. But I'm sure someone like Sean at the district would also be able to help you out and confirm which of those specific roles do you get access to manage membership information. But again, in most cases, it's going to be your Rotary synced officers at the very least.
Yeah, I'm just going to add some information to Zach's question before we wrap up. In the RI integration module, in both your club and district version, there are a few tools you can use to monitor issues. RI integration member updates archive, it just tracks all of the updates, any update, birthday, ads, terminations, whatever. Executive compare and sync. These are the roles in district version ClubRunner that are given access to manage your club's membership in the district version. So I can click executive compare, but this demo account doesn't have it. If I go to this article, these are the positions in the district version of ClubRunner that are given access to manage your member profiles. They will literally be able to open up another member's profile and update that information. In the club version of ClubRunner, there isn't this role-based access. As Zach mentioned, it's this club access levels that typically clubs manage themselves, and we can help out if you guys are in a pinch and nobody has the proper access. But the access to edit another member's profile in the club version begins at 50-club executive up to 30 site administrators. Just to answer your question specifically, the integrated positions on executive compare and sync, I had that article, have access in the district version to manage your membership information. In the club version, it's 50-club executive. Awesome. And we're wrapped up for questions. We'll let Sean take it away.
Thanks, Omar, and thanks, Zach. Really appreciate everything that you guys went through. And I mean, I know for some folks, it is a lot of information to take in just in one sitting. But, you know, one thing I think will always emphasize is the fact that there's a lot of additional support available, whether it's through the ClubRunner support website, whether it's through, you know, ClubRunner's YouTube channel, where they have a lot of tutorial videos that demonstrate in much finer detail and in much, let's say, smaller packages, some of the information that was communicated today, or some of the topics that were communicated today, where you can kind of spend your own time and at your own leisure and at your own speed reviewing a lot of that. So whether it's written guidelines or whether it's viewing tutorial videos and demo videos, there's a lot of stuff that's already out there. Thank you to everybody who did the poll. I shared the results, so I mean, you guys can kind of see, you know, what we were looking to do today is get an idea from our participants, you know, who's really using ClubRunner, who's not really using ClubRunner, which version of ClubRunner you may be using for your club, whether it's the district version or the club version. You know, we also wanted to know if everybody's aware of ClubRunner's mobile app, which, as both Zach and Omar mentioned, it's kind of a gateway to ClubRunner for every member. It's really simple to use, but more importantly, it's gonna more than demonstrate the value of maintaining information in ClubRunner, especially member information, club information, and club officer information, because that mobile app, it integrates into your phone so that, you know, whether it's you're looking to find out who is, let's say, the president of a particular club, that mobile app is going to put that information at your fingertips. But not only is it going to provide the name of the club president that you're looking for, it's going to provide his or her contact information. All right. It's going to provide their email address. It's going to provide their telephone number. So, you know, the importance of every club maintaining member information, maintaining club officer information, and maintaining club information, such as meeting dates and times on ClubRunner, can be totally justified by promoting the use of the ClubRunner mobile app. The great advantage that Zach mentioned is just last week, you can now use that app. Every member can use that app to update their profile information themselves. So it's even easier for members now to make sure that the most up-to-date current contact information, maybe even, profile picture of yourself, is on ClubRunner and on the ClubRunner mobile app. The last thing I'll just mention, because I know for all you guys that have been here since 6:30 our time, we appreciate it. So I'll be really quick in wrapping up. District 7030, and I'm going to just speak as well on behalf of District 7020. The ClubRunner for our districts, and almost automatically the clubs in our district, is our official service as far as club management, or I should say club and member management. So, it is inherent every year for members of your club to be aware of what ClubRunner is offering, for your respective club officers to use ClubRunner as necessary and use it as best as possible. We are in no way forcing clubs to subscribe to ClubRunner and, find new money to pay for subscriptions. Obviously, as Omar and Zach said, there are limited features that every club has access to at no additional charge because the district is paying for it. But every club has access to limited member management and club management features with the respective district versions. But many a club who have subscribed to the club version of ClubRunner has found it, really invaluable, because there are just so many other tools and features that are available there, whether it's with regard to events, whether it's with regard to having their club website, whether it's with regards to, getting interested parties, or getting parties who are interested in becoming new members, the donation side of it. There's just a lot of other features, and let's not forget the dues and billing module that's available through the club version, that allows clubs to invoice their members, keep track of, anything from contributions that members make to, let's just say, debts that members owe, right? Whether it's for club dues or whether it's for tickets that they were given, there are a lot of different things from a membership management perspective and a club management perspective that the club version of ClubRunner offers. So again, we're not forcing anyone to subscribe to it, but we do encourage it and we do advocate for it. But the one thing that we do require is that clubs at least use the district version, if they do not have their own club version, to update and maintain those three core things, right? Their membership, their club officer information, and their club information. That's the one thing that we will consistently repeat year after year and multiple times during the year as well. So with that, I am going to close this off and say a great thank you again to Omar and Zach from ClubRunner, who's taken out so much time to be with us here today to answer a lot of questions and to provide some great information. For those of you that completed the poll, thank you again. When you have a chance, please check out ClubRunner's website. Please download the mobile app. Please encourage your members to download and use the mobile app. And again, if you have any follow-up questions or you need any additional information, feel free, shoot an email off to Omar, Zach, ClubRunner in general, myself. I will help pretty much anybody in 7020, 7030, or even other districts. It doesn't matter. I'm more than happy to. So with that, thank you so very much for sticking around. And yeah, if you are home, have a great one. If you're not home, get home safe. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great